One thing that I noticed in relationships is that we really struggle with confrontation. Do you guys ever have trouble confronting someone when you have a problem, or do you tend to be pretty direct or feel confident and comfortable letting someone know when you have a problem with them? I'm really curious to hear what you guys think about that. It's really challenging to hurt someone's feelings for me. And I think honestly, if I were really to dig deep and be completely transparent with you all, it's really hard to give someone honest and constructive criticism because I'm afraid they might not like me. Have any of you related to that? Being afraid to be straight up with someone because then it would reflect poorly on you. Something like that. Or when they're like, well, did I do something wrong? Oh no, you're fine. But really, they did bother you? Does that ever happen to you guys? It's really tough because tact and having compassion when you're on providing honest feedback is very, very challenging at first. And it's a skill that we learn and develop over time. And so if it's something that we didn't have role models for growing up, it's very challenging to learn in adulthood. And it's not that we can give someone feedback in the wrong way because, you know, who's to decide what's right and wrong, and different people receive feedback differently. And so you could very well be direct and honest and straight up with someone and they'd be able to handle it, and then someone else is going to be just a mess if you provide feedback in that way. So the reality is all you can do is just be your most honest and transparent self. But there are some tactful ways of being able to provide feedback and still take care of the relationship, and that's important. I think we can talk about that a little bit. But often you get to a point where you are not giving any feedback at all, and you're getting stepped on and beat up on, and people don't know how you really feel about things. And then you get into this fuck it mode where your pendulum swings to the other side, and then your feedback is very candid and very harsh, and then it pushes people away as opposed to helping them understand you and you be able to be collaborative and resolve some problems. So yeah, it's tricky developing some tact. And I think it's important sometimes if you're able to speak from the heart and explain your intentions first, then it's easier for people to empathize with your words and the content. To be able to preface, even in arguments with my husband, I've been able to say, like, stop for a minute. I'm trying so hard to explain, and I'm able to pause, be like, you know, I'm on the same team as you. Like, I'm on the same team as you. We're on the same team. Like, we're having a disagreement about something, but it doesn't mean that I'm not with you, you know, that kind of thing. I'm not attacking you. We're just disagreeing about this issue or whatever it is. But it takes a lot of discipline and practice to get in the habit of being able to do that. You're being willing to be direct and say how you feel, tell someone what your needs are and ask for what you need from someone. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that comes from a place of self-respect, and it's important that we're able to do that. Language is really tricky, and often it is very individual as well. I realized oh my gosh, I've been with my husband for 11 years. There was something I say. What is it? Oh, the phrase, think about it. I'll say, think about it. And what I actually mean by that is, oh, think about it in this way. He was taking it for years as think about it like he's not thinking. Obviously, I know he's thinking about it. He's engaged in a conversation with me, but it wasn't obvious to him that that's what I meant. And so for him, it came off as a put down. So a lot of times when we are in arguments or we're having conflicts, sometimes it's just the technicalities that are the problem. That takes a lot of work, being able to distinguish between what someone is saying and what they mean. And a lot of times in arguments, we take someone very literally. And what we're not hearing, because we're not emotionally attached, we're emotionally distancing, we're not hearing what they mean by that statement. The fact that you're arguing means that you're still connecting with that person, that you want a relationship with that person. Otherwise, there's nothing, and you would just separate. You guys just would have nothing left to fight about.